Hello, all. I'm Tara, and I am the owner of Courageously Living. I am a spiritual teacher and coach, and I wanted to do a quick video today on one of the metaphors that I've been using a lot in the daily doses of comfort. And it's about either having your light really, really dim or a bright, beautiful light. And I wanted to do this video because us as a society are like, yes, we want the instant fix. And here's what I want to say is if your light has been dimmed and dimmed and dimmed, yes, you want to be able to do this and make it bright, but there's a lot of steps in between that dim versus the bright. And I really want you to allow yourself to go through those steps. When I was dealing with my probably worst time of my life, it was from grief, and I had kept telling everyone, "Oh, I was fine, and I wasn't, and I knew I wasn't, but I was like, "Oh, yep, I'm okay, I'm okay." And what really struck me is that it hit me about 2 years after the death of my grandma. And I had what I hadn't realized at the time is that I had slowly dimmed that light. And I fully expected that I could just come like this. And it was a hard realization for me to realize that I couldn't even hardly smile. The first time that I actually smiled for a little bit of time, my jaw hurt. Like I hadn't smiled in so long that the muscles weren't used to creating that smile. And that was such a wake up call for me because I tend to be more positive. I tend to enjoy smiling. So I want you to know that the more that you've had your light dimmed, it's gonna take some time to come back up to this bright, vibrant being that you are, and you are. It's just about giving yourself grace and allowing that process to unfold. And especially with everything going on right now, it's even more important that you start to kind of work with that energy where you are right now. So, if anything, you can stay there and not go lower. If you can go up higher, even better, because it is hard. It is harder to extinguish bright light versus dull light. So, here are a few of the things that I did. I did see a coach. I did take some kind of like daily classes. And the only way I was willing to do it was because it was supposed to be for my business, but it really did help me kind of realign with myself. So I do highly recommend getting into some practice where there is a little bit of positivity in your day, even if you don't feel like you can connect to it. And I couldn't for a while. But the more that I kept hearing it, it's one of these other reasons I'm doing these daily doses of comfort, is because the more I kept engaging with it, I started to slightly shift. And then I listened to podcasts and YouTube videos that were really uplifting. I had them all the time in the background. A lot of times I couldn't even hear them because I didn't necessarily need to consciously hear them. It just helped stop kind of the crazy monkey chatter in my head of, oh, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, oh my God, oh my God. It helped me kind of switch that off. Definitely learning to be gentle with myself was a huge one. I'm a Virgo rising. Virgo risings can be, and Virgos in general can be very, very harsh on themselves. And so that was a big lesson that I had to learn, is to give myself that comfort, that grace, that, hey, I did this today and it was, I took 2 things to Goodwill and that was okay. I can't even tell you how many times I listened to Frozen and Happy, 2 songs that I had liked before then, but not necessarily on continual repeat. But it started to help me change my mindset. And it wasn't one of those things. We so often look for like the one fix. And what I found talking with other clients and other people is when you're down like that, when your light is dim, you need several different resources to help bring you back up. And so if you are feeling dim, it's okay, and it's really, really what you should, I hate should, might really help you, is to start with one thing and another thing. And then once you feel like you're okay with that, then add that second piece. It's also one of the reasons that I opened my coaching practice again for right now, because I know that there's so many of you that do feel really like your light got dimmed, and not for a reason that you could control. And that's even harder sometimes, especially as you deal with grief, as you deal with anxiety, as you deal with stress. All of those things compound and make it harder for you to bounce back. And so I did want to take this time and just talk to you a little bit about this metaphor of being really, really dim to being a bright light, because I think it's really important for you to know that it's not you. You're not able to just be happy. It's the longer that, and over time that light was dimmed, it's gonna take some time to bring your light back to the surface. And you can. You're allowed to. You have permission to just smile. Give yourself permission to say, yep, I made a cup of tea today. I did something. And some of you still may, have lots of responsibilities going on right now. Maybe you have a really stressful job. Maybe you have a family. Maybe you are dealing with caregiving of an elderly parent. All of those things impact you. And allowing yourself to be selfish and have a little bit of time each day to yourself is going to help you. And I've done numerous years of caregiving for my grandparents, and then just most recently with my mom. And my mom is actually doing much better now, but it still weighs in on you. And it's things that you don't always think about. So the more that you can say, yes, I'm going to spend 5 minutes and I'm going to listen to an uplifting podcast. I'm going to listen to a song. I'm going to go for a walk by myself or maybe with a dog. However you want to do those small incremental things, that's what's going to help start bringing your light back to the surface. All right, that is all I have for today. Please make sure you give yourself a hug. Self hugs also very much help with, again, bringing your light back up, because there is research that says when you either give yourself a hug or when you receive a hug, you actually are lowering your stress hormones. And I think we all can use a little bit of less stress in our life. All right, until the next video, bye for now.